Oh, we should be online any second now. So I'll give it a moment. How is everyone there today in internet land? Anyway, let's get this happening. Welcome to Amos Sewn. It's news, spelt differently. Well, hey folks, today is the 7th of April 2022. Welcome to another sunny day in beautiful Australia. Well, actually, it's pissing down rain. It's not sunny at all. So we're getting another system happening. Weather event, they're calling it. Seems to be ongoing, as I said. And some people.
Previous storm last night.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's happening all. Oh, by the way, folks, your mate DK, you've all heard him before. He's in the background, listening, chatting, and we're also streaming, hopefully. I'll have a look at it.
Yeah, it's going on YouTube.
Going on YouTube? Okay, well, hello, YouTube world. We're going to watch some P's and Q's now. Well, no, it's the V's you've got to watch anyway. Let's not get into that. Where was I? Oh, the weather event. Yeah, it's nice and sunny down here above the clouds, but right here, it's I think I've got an image weather situation. Oh, look, this is the country at the moment. You see there's a bit of a cloud around here. We'll go back to a smaller side of where I am. So just get me mouse happening. That's where I am here. This is, you can see the mouse. You can't really see the mouse, can you? Well, anyway, up here, that's round about Newcastle. And that's, I'm sort of like down there a bit, right in the middle of that bit of rain. And it's, of course, it's pissing down. And it's supposed to go on for a few days. Yeah, how funny about that. Hey? Say it again?
Just on my chat saying you. There's not me at all. Thought they might be able to hear me through your channel.
Oh yeah, well it's actually not raining quite at the moment, but
I see what they mean. Mate, you're on mute. Shit. I'm a dick.
Yeah, we know that.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're all a dick here and there, except for those that aren't dicks. They're called girls, I think. Anyway, I've got a couple of things I picked out through the news to have a chat about if you're interested. And what was that? That was the weather. Yeah, we've done the weather. Yeah, it is what it is. It's supposed to be we've already had April's rainfall in April. It's what, day 7? Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, we've already had April's normal day sort of thing. Okay.
Monthly average or whatever.
Yeah, that's not really happening, is it? Anyway, what's the other one? Well, yeah, I'm on Twitch on your channel, anyway. No,
you're looking on my channel, yeah.
Yeah.
As
Well, I haven't got my channel up at the moment because I'm trying to do a show, so it doesn't really sort of. Yeah. I'll get back around to looking shortly, but well, here's one from left field. Well, actually, it's over that way, which is sort of east of here. A place called El Salvador. They're introducing some new laws. You're not allowed to talk about gangs. And if you're a journalist, you're really in the shit. And mind you though, yeah, I've read through this article. It's on Al Jazeera. Have a look at it if you like. And let's see. El Salvador's Congress has approved request by President, funny name, to criminalise gang-related messages in the media, including news outlets and step to control rising cases of homicides in Latin America, in the Latin American nation, right? The move on Tuesday, which is...
Pointing at the gangs is getting people killed.
Yeah, well, yeah. So they're saying now they're saying you can't even talk about it. They're saying you can't even talk about it in the media. You're not allowed to mention gang-related stuff. So many people are getting murdered over there. What else are they going to talk about? But you're not allowed to mention gangs. That's well, that's sort of, there's no surprises here. This sort of stuff is happening world over. I remember several years ago they brought in a law in Australia. If you're a member of a patch club, if you're going to well, basically you can't wear your patches anywhere. You're not allowed to wear a patch, which is, well, that's a bit tyrannical, isn't it? You know, sure, if you're a member of a club, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, and most bikers that I've met aren't the criminals that a lot of you think they are. A lot of them are just normal blokes like me and you. I don't know. DK, are we normal?
How's the meme go?
Yeah, well,
Normal is sitting on a dryer. People like us, we don't get normal.
well, I'll drink to that.
Yeah, I'll do.
When I first started this show, folks, I was adamant. I wasn't going to drink or smoke on the show. I was going to be upright, standing member of the media. But face it, I guess you'd rather see me for who I really am than me try and not be some of them I really ain't.
You want to be as upright as the rest of the media, right?
Well, yeah. First thing, next thing I need to do, I need to get one of those roll around chairs. You know, I can sort of.
Yeah.
Do it,
and make sure you're sitting there with like a suit jacket on and no pants.
No, well, I wear a collared shirt. That's a new shirt too. Got it from Rivers. It's nice and summery. So I like shirts. Yeah. And like in the last show, I said I was going to have a trim. Beard's a bit trimmed. Next show, I'm going to trim it even more. Might shave the lot off. Might not too.
I
Yeah, well, at the very least, there'll be a mo lift. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but beards come and go. It's just part of the image of Amos Sewn. Anyway, let's get back to the news or soon. Yeah, enough about me. What about you? Anyway, back to the El Salvadorian government things. Because I found it sort of interesting that these sort of little things happen all over the world all the time. We all know it. We all see it. And if you look, it's there. They show you. Just for research, said that before. Anyway, this thing too. Anyway, back to Latin America. Just that way. Anyway, move on Tuesday, which includes 10 to 15-year-old sentences, 10 to 15-year sentences for offenders, coming amid government's crackdowns on gangs that has led to the world's highest murder rate. The crackdown, which includes but I don't know that word, emergency powers to suspend some constitutional rights in February, has led to concerns over human rights abuses. Jeez, that wouldn't happen, wouldn't it? El Salvador is a pretty cool country, isn't it? I don't know. Because we only hear what the mainstream media and stuff.
Cocaine production. Lots of cocaine from there.
Yeah, well, they'll probably make cocoa for chocolate milk as well. But, yeah, it's not all.
I bet you the gangs are involved with like running a lot of it as well.
Well,
it'll come down to food production, drug production, everything.
I further read this article, and I don't really know if I want to read the whole thing, but it basically was saying that the government and the gangs are actually in, they're talking, you know? So, so the government's getting the gangs on board, and the government has said to the media, you can't talk about the gangs.
Yeah, our government paid at least one gang in New Zealand to promote COVID and shit with all their members.
And this shouldn't be surprising, but it's, to a lot of people I think it is. But anyone watching this show, it's probably not surprising, because we all know the world's it's a lovely place, but it's just run by a bunch of psychopaths.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you get the normal people like me and DK running the country. You get Vinny to advise us. And, and that's one of the things I wanted to bring up. There's a lot of alternative media out there, and some of the ones I like to look at, if you ever get a chance to look at the Corbett report, he's been doing it for shitloads of years. He's quite trustworthy, I think. He's, flogs like me and to some extent DK, we can rattle on a bit and we show what we show, but a lot of people, we haven't been here around that long. Like DK's only been here a year. I've only been here 2 seconds. And but this guy, well, he's around before video, I think. Yeah, this guy's sorry, I've got I've got his site up here somewhere. Here, the Corbett Report. He's got lots of videos. Don't look for him on YouTube. Apparently he's on YouTube, but it's not his official site. If you want to...
under a different name or something, so he doesn't actually have videos there.
Well, he was saying in one of his recent videos that he has no control over whatever's on this site. It's using his images and his videos that someone's...
Oh, actually, I've heard a few people say that about YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
Fake accounts, yeah, they're letting fake accounts play all their stuff.
Yeah.
And get monetized and get paid for it.
Yeah, that's right.
Get the original creator of that material and use their own name and be on the accounts or on the platforms. I think it happened to Salty Cracker as well.
Who?
Salty Cracker is another streamer who I watch quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I've never heard of him, but I'll have to have a look. Yeah. So, anyway, Corbett Report.
Hey,
you watched most of the Corbett Report?
Hey, stream died. You must have bumped something.
Oh, really? Which stream?
YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, that's someone knocking on the door now. Oh, no. Could be the police. We'll see.
Daniel Smith?
No.
Sherwin Dave?
Daniel Smith. Alan Mosdale's one, no? Alan.
Is this Sherwin?
Oh.
Yeah. What are you there for? I don't know, mate. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Alright, guys. Am I back online yet? Or is something still happening there? Hey? You what?
On YouTube.
Really?
Yeah,
well,
I just fully died. Hey, maybe it's just me. I don't know what the fuck.
Well, I'll investigate, folks. Okay, so... Yeah, well, I'm still on your channel. Where's YouTube? Right. So they banned me already.
I don't know. I'm actually wondering.
Yeah. Past streams. Well, on this channel, it's nothing coming up at all.
Me either. So this stream that we've just been doing has completely disappeared.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was anything nasty we were saying on that. Oh, maybe you mentioned gangs. And,
and that the well, surely that.
Ecuador.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. So where else? I should be on. I should be on my Twitch channel then, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I've got Twitch to try, but yeah, YouTube.
Yeah, Twitch. Ta-da. No.
Not showing up on. No, you're not showing up on YouTube. On Twitch.
Oh, here I am. Yeah, I'm just. It's buffering sort of thing at the moment. What am I saying?
Sure.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. So where else? So yeah, all right there. That's okay. Let's have a look for. That doesn't go away. Inbox. Let's go. That probably should have looked at that. Might have been a notice from. So what's happening with you? I wonder.
All right.
Yeah. So we've got. Yeah. Well, I'm live on.
You're going on Twitch now.
Yeah, definitely go on Twitch. Well, I wonder if I was there on Twitch before. Yeah, but so YouTube was there and it just dropped off, eh?
Yeah, YouTube just disappeared fully.
Yeah, bunch of so-and-sos. Well, while we're here, I'll click a couple buttons and let's see if they let me back on. Create a stream. Go live. Let's go live, eh? See what it's going to do. Right, more beer. Here we go, studio. But it was actually going, was it? Yeah, sure.
YouTube.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's showing up as your videos now. It went like 9 minutes 37 seconds.
Oh yeah, cool. Well, not cool because it doesn't happen here. Doesn't play the game. This is doing this before. No, not happening. So I'll just go back to that again. Having fun, folks? pretty. See, it's come up with Amos 11 again. So yeah, 9 minutes, so many seconds. Buggers. I wonder. I'll probably get an email. I'll have a quick look at the email. See if there's any nasty letters. If there's any from Google.
Right.
No.
Might have you on the screen when you check your email.
Yeah, I'll have it there, mate. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea, is it? Anyway, let's get back to where were we? Well, I need to watch that.
I'm going to say rudely interrupted.
Yeah, by bloody YouTube. Yeah, it was 9 minutes.
Could have just been, because even if the internet cuts out, it should just start up again. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It's got to have actually been cut off, I think.
Yeah, so they've cut me off for talking about gangs. Anyway, so what is it about gangs? Oh, YouTube's probably part of the gang. They're all a big gang, aren't they? The government, yeah. Microsoft, yeah. What a silly name for a company, Microsoft. Like small and soft. What are they trying to say? Anyway. Oh, this looks lovely, doesn't it? Yeah, just learning how to handle it. Last week, Congress increased the maximum prison sentence for being a gang member from 9 to 45 years. Yeah, the government also
being a gang member
for 45 years. Fucking hell. That's a little extreme, you'd think. The government also raised maximum prison sentence for children and will allow teenagers to be tried as adults for most serious offences. Anyway, could be talking about Victoria for all we know. It's pretty strict down there, I reckon. Anyway, goodbye, El Salvador. Hope things go well for you. Crikey, okay. Here's another site called Crikey. Oh, look. Isn't that funny? A great big pyramid. Yes. Yeah, all over the place, these pyramids. Oh, good. Oh.
Not coming up on your other screen.
Is it? Oh, is it on... Okay, well, why not?
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. No, that's old. It's changed. Crikey. Crikey there yet? It was Twitch. No, look, Twitch is... Oh, that's weird.
That's probably like just a few seconds behind as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to happen any second now. I was talking about a triangle. So I just carry on with this. That's changed, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, so, sorry, folks, for that bit of bullshit. But, yeah. My producer's in my ear and he's giving me the shits. I mean, oh, no, you heard that, didn't you? She's not really a producing role, is it? It's just someone help along the way. What's this? This is about Hillsong. How do we move forward? Edited transcript of Hillsong's March 18 all staff meeting. That doesn't sound like much fun, does it? Well, there's got to be something else there. This is supposed to be Crikey. Oh, here we are. There it is. There's some politician. Enraged, humiliated, Taylor looks to block closure of coal-fired fire plants. Good luck with that, pal. I reckon coal-fired plants are a great idea, but they're not going to make any more. You're just going to have to, wind and solar power. That's where our future is lies, folks.
Shutting down New Zealand's only oil refinery and banning imports of Russian fuel. What
could go wrong? What could go wrong, folks?
So where else do you get it from?
Well, Australia's got plenty of oil, but they've shut down our refineries too. We still drill oil and export it, but we haven't got any refineries anymore. We get all our petrol from, I think, where is it? Somewhere in Asia. I think starts with an S. Singapore, maybe? I don't know. Someone's going to be a refinery, not too far away, but we send them our oil, and for fuck all probably, and then we buy back petrol at, well, it's finally back under $2 a litre down here. Bought a bit of petrol the other day.
Here's the fucked up thing. I remember learning this somewhere along the way. Shit, I don't even remember where.
Yeah.
But all oil and gas and things that are produced don't belong to the country that produces it. They automatically go onto the world market that gets judged and priced according to the US dollar, and then certain amounts distributed to certain countries. So even if your own country produces lots of it, it actually gets, like, it's already been organised how much of it is going overseas, how much you get to keep, and what price it's going to be based on the US dollar and the world petrol market sort of thing.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't we supposed to be in a market type system where everything's, that sounds a little bit communist, what you're just saying. It's like a communist place, isn't it?
It's
communism again.
It sort of is. It's sort of supposed to be socialist, but it's communist because they set the price as well. It's not based on like supply and demand. Because they're cutting supply on purpose so they can demand more.
And
stopping the Keystone Pipeline in America, stupidest decision ever. I don't even know why people don't just keep making it. Like, what the fuck? Are you going to get arrested because you're building a pipeline?
Well, probably. Well, no, it's a case of probably. They probably stop paying them, of course, because it's all about money. Like that, money is they call it necessary evil or something like that. But it's what we've all been conditioned to. Like me, I like the idea of barter and things like that. Like many times I barter stuff for leather goods, and leather goods for food. You swap stuff. You try and do that as much as you can, folks, because eventually this money system, so lots of people are saying, is going to fail dismally. The whole world currency is going to go, and we'll all be out of a job, and the power's going to go out, and all sorts of stuff, I reckon. And
the only reason money was invented was as an easier means of exchange for barter.
Yes.
So you didn't have to go find someone a chicken because they wanted your belt or some shit,
Yeah.
So you didn't have to go find something you didn't have and go swap like 5 different things with different people to find what the person was after.
Of course, yeah.
Money is supposed to just be a means of exchange, not a means in itself.
Yeah, but now it's a totally different ball game these days. But
now it's a means in itself. Money makes itself money, whereas it used to be money was only used to trade between actual goods or services.
Well, it's its own entity, isn't it?
Yeah, it has become that, and it's basically become the controlling entity of the world.
How good's that? I mentioned the headline of a story, and then we started talking about 10 minutes, and I haven't even read a single bit about the story.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, yeah. See, I've noticed. So has everyone else, I reckon. Let's have a closer look at this little report anyway. What do you reckon? Just practice some reading, folks. Angus Taylor wants to prevent owners of coal-fired power plants from bringing forward their closures, with new rules dictating how companies will operate up to 5 years ahead. 5 years? That's fucking nothing.
Did it say that he wants to prevent them closing?
Yeah, that's right. He wants to, but he's not a very popular bloke, this Angus.
Well, to be honest, it's a good idea.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
No, seriously, that's actually a good idea.
I agree. But I thought I'd read the story anyway. Like I'm not saying I'm against this story because I hadn't read it yet.
Yeah, I know you're just saying he's not very popular.
No, I
agree with that statement.
Actually, I'm not even
preventing them closing. That's just stupid. In this era right now, so many closures that everyone
he's an energy minister, so
open as possible.
He's an energy minister, so he's obviously a member of some party. Anyway, in a furious reaction to owners of coal-fired power... Excuse me, I've got flakes. I'll try again. In a furious reaction to owners of coal-fired power generators bringing forward closures dates and attempting to acquisition of AGL by Mike Cameron and some bloke field, Federal Energy Minister Angus Taylor is using the last moments before the election to push through changes that would make it harder to accelerate closure of coal-fired power plants. Well, that sounds very great idea, like top idea. But as you said there, he's coming up an election, so he's pushing these rules,
So
and
he's realised that all the voters are going, petrol's costing $1 million.
yeah, and just up.
If I find some other way for them to get cheap fuel and heating and stuff,
Yep.
maybe that'll help me get some votes.
Well, and that's the thing. Like in our in the area that I live in, there's a power station called Harari, and that Harari is like earring, but a different ra to it. Anyway.
Like a Ferrari, but it misses the F and isn't as fast.
Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah. But anyway, it was due to close 2030 or something like that. They've brought it forward 5 years, so it's closing down in a couple of years' time right now. And a lot of the local population work there. So a lot of people are going to be out of job all of a sudden. And they won't be able to afford to buy beer. So have a beer now while you can, folks.
This is the whole thing, isn't it?
Yes.
This is the whole thing that I constantly, this is like what I go on about all the time. But this is really what they're doing. It's that they're driving people out of every business they can.
Shutting down the big companies.
Driving them out of rural areas so they can buy up all the land. So everyone has to move to an urban area. They have to stay in a box and things. And so they're easier to be monitored.
Me and you'll be right, DK. We'll have no worries about rent or anything like that. We'll both end up in quarantine centres. That's what they call them.
Yeah, I've got my cabin picked up. I want one with a view.
Emergency psychologists see 100 patients a week as refugee break down border crossings. Refugees fleeing Ukraine are hit by the impact of war as they make it to the border. It's a tragedy of flapping over there, folks, isn't it? I don't want to spend too much talking about Ukraine and all that sort of tragedy.
Well, the Ukrainian war's been going on for 8 years, and now the Russians doing something about it.
Yeah.
Now everything's Russia's fault.
Yeah,
That's basically how it's twisted.
Well, that's right. And I encourage all those watching on Twitch, because we're not on YouTube anymore.
That's right, so you can get away with a bit more.
Well, that's. I got as Vinny once said, he got silence midstream. I guess I just joined that club. Maybe not. Maybe it was just a technical glitch.
I had that happen on YouTube. I was singing.
I
had it happen on D-Live.
You were singing. Oh well, that's maybe the one.
Yeah, seriously. It's like singing like playing music and singing along to shit. So I was like, singing over the top of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably why.
Then they should realise YouTube was on, and YouTube banned me for it.
Yeah, you probably got a shit voice.
Copyright strike.
Oh, right. Copyright strike.
It must have been can't play music on YouTube. Except everyone plays music on YouTube.
We were talking about gangs in El Salvador or something, and what I was talking about was how the government and the gangs are talking. Yeah, and the media's been silenced. Isn't that curious? Surely that's.
I was saying that, and I said that the government in New Zealand paid at least one gang to promote COVID, promote vaccines and shit.
Oh yeah, and another slight news flash. My landlord and his missus both got COVID. Oh, he didn't, but she did, which means so also. I'm keeping away from the landlord. No. Pretty cool situation. Actually, that's Red Day today.
Not allowed near him.
Oh well, I'll fix you up once you get over COVID. No, well, because
I'll give him a phone call later. I'll fix you up next week, mate.
No, I'll bring him a loaf of bread home from the bakery and I'll shove it between a couple of slices. Yes, that's what I'm going to have to do too shortly. I'm going to have to mail some bread around. Yeah, I've promised you some, and I was talking to Vinny. I said I was going to give him a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
And doing a couple of changes to the sourdough of late, but it's turning out better bread. But yeah, I don't really eat it. I don't eat much bread. Funny enough.
You get sick of it. There'll be certain ones that you would like and certain ones that you wouldn't. You know what, like, is actually your preference on shit now.
I like a good crust. I like a good crusty roll. Crusty.
I like croissants, eh? Croissants are always
full of butter and heavy and shit.
I love them. I love them. Croissants with like a bit of shaved ham and like some camembert cheese and toasted a little bit.
Yeah, I'll send you over a croissant too then. I have to bubble wrap that. I don't know how that would handle it.
Turn up green.
No, it should only take a couple of days, really. Yeah. But yeah, no. But I don't think a croissant would handle the mail real well, no. The sourdough, no trouble. But croissant, it's just, you'd end up with croissant crumbs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be squished flat, eh? Like a croissant.
Well, no, you could put it in a fortified box, but it still gets shaked around and they can, wrap it in bubble wrap, then it'll sweat, and then it's fucking, Hey, your local bakery, are they any good?
My nearest local bakery is actually quite a wee way away. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But they're not too bad. Yeah. They're not too bad. It's expensive, though.
Yeah, right.
But for a pie, it's like $4 or $5.
Yeah, pie's about that over here.
Really?
Yeah.
Much there too.
Yeah. What's a loaf of bread worth over there? There's a riveting news, folks. Cost of living pressures in Australia and New Zealand. Anyway.
The one I regularly get, which is the nicest cheap one that I've found.
Nicest cheap one. Yeah.
It's from the nicest cheap one is I think it's $1.70 a loaf.
Right.
You can get them for $1, but they're shit.
Yeah.
The nicest cheap one's $1.70 a loaf.
Yeah. Our average loaf of bread is around $5 or so. Just standard white loaf. But you can get them cheap from the supermarket, but our normal bread's pretty good, you know.
For nice stuff, it's a lot more expensive. As I said, the nicest cheap one. As I said, I do actually look around. I find the nicest cheap thing, and that's what you go with.
Yeah.
I don't find the cheapest thing. I find the nicest.
Yeah, well, you got to look at the product. Use your eyes, anyway.
Yeah, I've always been frugal because I've always been a pisshead and a stoner. So most of my money goes on other things.
Yeah, well, more important things in life than the food. Yeah. And actually, that's one thing I like.
It just lets you keep drinking.
Yeah. Go back to what we were talking about money and exchange. One of the best exchanges I find, most satisfying exchange I have, is when you exchange goods or services for marijuana. I'll use that word. I surely can't get banned on that from anywhere.
It's illegal here, though.
Oh, it's illegal everywhere. You know, they're not getting a cut out of it, so of course it's illegal. Yeah. You don't get a cut. You think that's...
Now you've reminded me of that other documentary.
Oh, yes, no doubt.
To you last time or not.
Yeah.
That Humboldt County murder mountain.
Humboldt?
All the illegal dope growers in California.
All right.
And the way they actually crippled them all was when they legalized marijuana. They said they all needed to get licenses for it.
Mm-hmm.
That all the small illegal growers
went out and got a license.
Afford to go and get licenses to do everything else.
Yeah.
Everyone else was allowed to, and they could sell it straight to dispensaries and things like that.
Oh, right, yeah. Mm.
But that's what actually screwed over all the small illegal growers once they actually legalized it.
Yeah.
Then it becomes like corporatized, and it has to be large operations for it to be actually financially viable.
How surprising is that? Yeah, it's like the laws are shaped for big businesses more than a little man. That couldn't be true, could it? Yes.
Yeah, but that's surely not what they're doing, because it's all about helping the people, isn't it?
Anyway.
Isn't government for the people,
Ah, no, it's not. It's for the college.
It's just for the wrong people.
Let's see, there's a little headline that caught my attention. Ask Davo, Life advice from Dave O. Peyton's Johnson. True Aussie hero. What this is about? What am I getting into here? This is site Crikey. It's one of those sites that you can look at and they don't ask. Well, they haven't asked from you for us to give them money. Can't watch. Yeah, like the Sydney Morning Herald and all the Australian mainstream rags that you used to buy a newspaper for. They want a subscription. They want you to just to read the news. So anyway, I think I might go back to buying the paper. But yeah, it's no, mate.
No. Don't pay for their lies.
No. Well, it's got to be actually.
No, it's that simple. Don't pay for their lies.
Actually, yeah. I bought a real cool magazine the other day. What's it about? And it's from New Zealand. I'll just go grab it. I'll show you
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Yeah. It's got a Simpson character on it. It's got to be good.
Someone in Vinny's chat brought up like Shortland Street and home and away today. I'm like, holy crap!
You see?
I don't think I've heard those series mentioned in decades.
Have you seen this magazine? You see that? Probably not yet. Probably
the official story has disintegrated.
Yeah.
I can't read men though.
Oh no, it's This is a world ruled by a small group of hyper wealthy psychopaths. Psychopaths. Yeah. Bloody English language. I'll learn it one day. No, it wouldn't have been. No, it wouldn't have been on the. It would have been on the news, which is owned by that small group of hyper wealthy psychopaths.
Yeah.
I'm not real good at my delivery yet, but don't worry, working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run by a small elite group of psychopaths.
No, of course not.
Been on the news, run by that small elite group of psychopaths.
Yes. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I actually do remember seeing that before. Sorry, now that you read it out.
Yeah.
Read what it said, but yeah, I've seen that one before.
Yeah, because I went into the newsagent the other day and I was looking for something to read, sort of thing, and I bypassed the papers. You look at the headlines and it's just I don't know, you get to a certain knowledge about newspapers and stuff, and you just
Russia.
pretty much. Yeah, or the latest happenings on the local reality TV show, brides and whatever they call them.
I don't even know what's
Survivor.
Shit. Although I watched a movie for the first time in a long time last night.
You watched the movie?
Yeah, I watched the new June movie.
Really? How was that?
That was actually good.
How'd you see that? Online?
Yeah, I got free movie sites and shit that I can go watch stuff on.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Actvid.com. You don't have to sign up. You just got to keep closing ads.
I'll write that down.
Playing, and then it's sleep.
What's it called?
actvid.com. Actvid.
Yeah, .com. Well, I'll be looking at that. I'll tell you, because I'd like to watch that movie. And I
didn't even know that. Someone told me about it on Discord yesterday, and I was like, I got free movie sites. Oh, why not?
Yeah.
I actually streamed it last night on Twitch.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. I got away with it because I was like talking all the way through it.
Right. And actually,
you can still get copyright for playing movies.
Yeah. Actually, that's
you just got to talk through them and shit, like you're narrating sort of over it.
That's one thing I've got to work out too. Is how do I stream shit on my what's it called again? Twitch channel. How do I stream shit on that? Yeah.
Oh, you mean put your different screen on it?
Yeah.
It's on Streamlabs.
Yeah.
You go to Streamlabs and set up the other display, the other scene or whatever. Remember?
Yeah. Well, what we'll do, we'll finish the show first soon. I think that's we're just waffling a bit now. There's something else to come up with, but we'll have a chat on Discord and stuff, and work out how to do it. And well, next time, this is this is show number 12. Guess what next show is?
Lucky number 13.
Yeah. Some people would bypass the number. I'm not. I'm sure it's going to be a cracking show.
The two longest relationships was girls. Both of them, their birth dates were on the 13th. Different months, but both of them, their birth dates were on the 13th.
You will?
Two longest relationships.
Was one of them called Sarah? Because you know,
Yes.
well, that says backwards.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, no, sorry, mate. That's just a thought that occurred. And really, that's yeah, for sure. One of them was called Sarah. How the fuck I pick that?
I know.
Oh no.
Drink out of the ether, my friend.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. That's what it's all about, isn't it? I don't think I want to read that story. It's about a war bloke. Like something to do with the that trial thing that's happening. I don't know if you heard. There's a trial. One of our big time soldiers has been accused of war crimes. Funny enough, and he's going through court. Apparently,
That's lucky.
apparently he was a captain or something. And he shot this allegedly, this unarmed civilian in Afghanistan, sort of thing, which is, well, and yeah, you get daily reports. Well, I haven't seen much of it for a while because I haven't been really watching. But yeah, what happens over war is it's disgusting anyway, for want of a better word. And yeah, well, soldiers do this shit. I'm not condoning it in any way, shape, or form, because violence is never the answer. But it's the system. The system breeds these people to be like that. You know?
Yeah, but the thing is, people at the top of the food chain were telling everyone to kill millions of people aren't getting charged with these war crimes.
No.
Being written down on paper, so apparently these trials are going on and apparently shit's happening, but nothing's happening.
Of course. Yeah, of course nothing's happening. Anyway, let's see how the weather's going at the moment.
You just crashed on Twitch.
Yeah, right, yeah. So we're done pretty much, I think.
Yeah, and I just crashed you.
He said, now it just says reconnection successful. So,
Does it? Okay.
so maybe it might come back. Yeah. Just recent.
Oh, yeah, no, I had to
I'm back, yeah. Yeah, so we're back. Sorry if I interrupted you guys, but the internet, well, earlier today I almost wasn't going to do the stream because let's get a different screen up there. Oh, that's a good one. Because having internet issues been happening pretty much for a week. I checked out the Optus site and I was saying, oh, we're having a major upgrade of the local tower. Wonder what they're installing there. Yeah, might fry me brain. Where's my foil hat? Anyway.
That's a site you check on. After the show, check on speedtest.me and it'll tell you what your upload and download speed is.
What was that again?
Speedtest.me.
V-test.
That's speed.
Speed.
SPEED. It's a like basically an online
speed test.
site. Yeah, it tests the speed of your computer.
All right.
It's like how your connections working and shit.
Speedtest.com was it or dot?
No, it's speedtest.me. Speedtest.me.
.me. Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see how fast I am.
If it's not that profile,
Is that fast?
Speedtest.me.
Speed test. Oh. Anyway, just found another story I wanted to have a bit of a chat about. It's been up on the screen for a bit now. ScoMo, or Scummo, as I like to call him. He went to a pub in Edgeworth, which is a suburb near Newcastle, and this old bloke came up and had a bit of a dig at him. That basically he wasn't getting enough money, and all his last election promises, well, the ones he mentioned, was full of broken promises and stuff like that. And yeah, well, we haven't actually launched into the election campaign yet, sort of thing, but he's doing the rounds. So's the other bloke, Elbow or whatever his name is. So he got a scummo and an elbow. How's that for politics? They've both got nicknames. They're both probably not nice people. I was about to say another word that would probably get me banned somewhere else. So let's have a little bit of a read of this little report, shall we? Prime Minister Scott Morrison has received a bollocking about cost of living pressures from a pub patron in regional New South Wales as he campaigned ahead of the federal election. What federal election? They haven't called it yet. Yeah, there could be another. You go away, you. Could be another thing happening. They'll have to cancel the elections because he's not looking good.
Are yours the same year as us? Are your elections next year?
No, this year. Yeah, it's due about May.
Oh, this year.
Yeah, they're supposedly supposed to be announcing an election any time now.
Okay. Yeah, ours is supposed to be next year.
Yeah.
Our last ones were 2019. I think our next ones are 23.
All right.
A year, but yeah, we were a year before.
Year about there. Yeah, well, they've got to give each other room to fill in the bullshit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Prime Minister Scott Morrison received. I read that bit. Mr. Morrison made an unannounced visit to Edgeworth Tavern on the outskirts of Newcastle, where he was accosted by a local disability support pensioner. The pensioner berated the Prime Minister about the level of financial support for older Australians. This is what you said you got elected for last time. This is what you said when you got elected last time. We're going to help all the people that worked all their lives, paid their taxes, and those that have a go. Get a go, have a go. That's some sort of crap like that.
Can it help them to shuffle off this mortal coil?
Well, the guy said, well, I've had a go, mate. I've worked all my life and paid my taxes. Now you're screwing me. No, I just added that bit in. The man told the Prime Minister he's worked for the mines for 30 years, but his retirement was being affected by tight restrictions on pension payments. You could have $1 million house, you could have $250,000, listen to me for a change. That's $250 in the bank. You can have negative gearing and franking credits, but disability pensioner can't have any income. Yeah, so $250,000, that sounds like a lot of money, but it's really nothing, is it? You know? So if you're a pensioner and you own a house and you've got a little bit of assets, that's it, mate. You got to use your assets. We're not going to get any money from the government.
Yeah. Sell off your shit. Yeah,
sell off your shit.
And move to a nursing home.
And just hurry up and die so that we can get our share.
This is all a big name crack. I've been saying this from the start. This is how you'll own nothing and be happy. They're going to take everything and try and offer it back to you when you rent everything. So we'll wipe all your debts, though. So that doesn't work for me when I've got none.
Me either.
I've got no money, no debts, and own nothing.
Yeah.
What the fuck benefit am I getting out of any of this shit?
No, that's it. That's by 2030, isn't it, supposedly?
Yeah.
And that's just not that far away, mate. Oh,
yeah. There's another one that's 2050 as well.
Yeah.
2020 was the first. Everyone seems to forget about that one.
Yeah,
that's the one that I heard about back in the 90s.
I just did a quick mental calculation. I'm due to retire in 2029.
So they're going to retire you?
No, that's because apparently I've got to work till I'm 67 or something, and that's. By 2029, I'm 67, I think. So I'm 60 next year, which is 3. Oh, maybe 30. Yeah, so much for me.
Yeah, see, now you resemble one of my memes.
One of your memes?
Yeah, scheduled for execution.
Oh, mate. Well, let's face it. I'm thinking by that time we'll be well established in our little communities in the detention centres. Well,
I'm thinking by then I won't be there.
Yeah, you'll be out. No, out has a lot of different meanings.
Serious. I'm thinking by then things will have come to a head. I don't think I'll be there by then.
Well, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that's one thing I do know. I don't know. It's I get surprised every day, but it's
But yeah, exactly. But if things keep going the way they're doing, and I keep standing up, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be there. I won't make it to that.
oh yes, you will. You're only a young bloke. You're not even 50 yet.
No. It won't be like anything
mate.
because of what I'm doing.
No, mate.
It'll be because of what I'm doing.
No. They want to torture you for a lot longer than that, mate. Don't you worry, mate. They've got a lot of things planned for you, I'm sure. And me.
Yeah, I know. It's not going to be like 7 years worth of it.
Oh, we never know.
Like half a year or a year, and then like gone, disappear.
Who knows? Yeah, mate, I think I'm done with Crikey. That's a good name for a news site, I guess. Crikey. Corporate report. The weather's still there. I mean, it's
a rip off of Steve Irwin's fucking his saying, "Crikey."
Yeah. Well, that's yeah. But no, I think Crikey was around. It's been around for a while. But yeah,
I know, but he just popularised it.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right. So.
Because the whole world knows the term Crikey now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
So if you name yourself Crikey, the whole world knows it. Your news site's going to come up in a search, isn't it?
It is. Yes. Well, anyway, I think it's time to bid adieu to the thousands upon millions of people that are watching. I might be exaggerating. Hey?
Depends how long it lasts online.
Well, that's right. Well, it's only on Twitch. It only lasts for 5 minutes on Twitch. But what I'll do,
3 days unless you download.
Yeah, well, I'm going to. I download everything and I put it on Odyssey. If anyone's listening.
On Twitch, it automatically stays here for 3 days.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's it. But Odyssey, where I store everything, actually, I'll see if I can bring up my Odyssey site.
Post your links in chat and shit.
Yeah, that's the thing to do. Right, okay.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Promote yourself, bro.
Yeah, well, I knew that. Well, I've been promoting Vinny for years. Every time I'm on the show, I'm dropping links and fucking crap all over the place. Right, okay, where am I? Odyssey. Amos Sewn, Odyssey.
That reminds me.
Oh, no.
You need to get on to Bowser's Twitch channel as well, properly on his Discord.
Who?
On the introduction page, there's a green check mark that you have to click on.
Right.
And then you're able to like actually talk to people and shit. And I'll be able to like give you a role and stuff because he's given me a role there. So yeah, then you'll be all good. And he's on Discord. Sorry.
And who's that again? Bowser.
Cooper Troop, I think.
Oh, right. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Well, next time I'll look at that. Probably after the show.
Yeah. No. Honestly, have a look at that.
Because
he's sort of basically like the head of a big group of people that have left D-Live recently.
Right.
Several people got kicked off. Everyone else left because their friends got kicked off. And his whole thing is about promoting every other streamer.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Every other small streamer. So he's like, here's this person does this. Posts their link. This person. He's all about promoting everyone. It's really awesome.
Excuse me, folks. Just had to do a bit of a typing thing. There's my link for Odyssey and the Odyssey channel. Please have a look. Subscribe because I think I got what? I think got one follower. I think that's DK. Yeah. Pretty sure that's DK. Yeah, one follower. It'd be really nice.
Next time you set things up, put the links in your description.
Yeah.
Down on your videos still.
Yeah.
Because your chat doesn't always show up on replays.
That's right.
So,
yes.
So put it in the description.
We do.
Scroll down and they go to comment. They see all your links and they actually go and join everything. Go follow everywhere you are.
OBS just told me they disconnected me again and it's reconnected successful. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, no, it just crashed again. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try it again and we'll close off the show because if we get back on, doesn't really matter. How many people are watching? 2. Hey, that's a big increase. Reconnection successful. Yeah, it's not showing up at the moment.
Yeah, you actually had quite a few earlier.
Oh, yeah?
There was like another 5 on mine.
Really?
It's down to 3. Yeah, but it's down to 3 now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. There was another 5 watching on mine.
Awesome. Well, okay, folks. Well, thanks very much for listening through the today's Soon. Soon. It's news, just spelled differently. Anyhow, folks, see you next week for episode 13. And I've planned on having a different guest on. There's a bloke I met down in Canberra who's I walked into a bowling club and I had this brown check shirt. Should be able to find it and put it up on the screen. And we were wearing exactly the same shirt and walked in and we've had a few beers and a few chats and he's a nuclear scientist or something. And he does all like radiation work and things like that. And I said, well, I'll have to get you on my show one day. And we'll talk about, well, I guess he might be considered like he's vaccinated, he's following the government line and everything like that, and he works for him. And so I want to get him on and have a chat to the other side of the fence. And as I said, this is a scientist dude from the Canberra. We'll see how that goes. In the meantime, we'll see about that next week. Might not happen. I haven't even spoke to him yet, so I'm just talking out my ass.
Oh,
But anyway,
that'd
actually,
be cool. Hey, that'd be cool if you want. I'd like these to be on that show as well.
yeah, okay,
If you want and if he's like okay with it.
yeah. Well, I plan to talk to him.
And find out their take on everything that's going on.
That's right. Yeah, and yeah, well, he's a lovely bloke, and he likes a beer, and me and him similar age, similar looks, sort of thing, except he's got no hair. He's got a close cut beard and short hair, sort of thing, but he's seemed to be a very knowledgeable bloke, and yeah, he seems people you meet in bowling clubs. Anyway, one last thing. Light at the end of the tunnel. It's a train coming. You want it? Under it or cling into the walls. Very folks.